In normal years, the shelves of the food baskets have been fully stocked with fresh, chilled, and non-perishable goods. But with pandemic recovery efforts and supply chain issues, the food basket is experiencing unprecedented challenges. And joining me this morning via Zoom to talk about these challenges and how they are trying to be addressed is Kristin Albrecht. Good morning, Kristin. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. So great to be here. Thank you.
Now, for those that don't know, can you tell us what the food basket is and who you guys serve specifically?
Yeah, so the food basket is Hawaii Island's food bank, and we are the sole food bank for Hawaii Island and have warehouses and offices in Kona and Hilo. And so we serve the entire island, every community on the island, and it's a big island, 4,028 square miles. Yeah.
And how many families do you guys serve? And I'm sure, as with a lot of other organizations in the state, you saw that demand go up during the pandemic.
We did. So pre-pandemic, we were serving about 14,000 families or individuals a month. And at the height of the pandemic, we really went up like 6 times more to almost 84,000 a month. That's a tremendous growth. It really tested everything we had.
And as now, as we're starting to come out of the pandemic, are you still seeing an increased need with families on Hawai'i Island, or have you guys maybe gone back to more of your normal numbers?
So, it might be surprising for people, but we are still seeing a really high need. And most of that is due to people catching up after being unemployed during the pandemic. They've got backup bills and what have you. And then all the skyrocketing prices of utilities and rents and grocery items. So we're still serving somewhere in the range of 50,000 people a month. That's very high. Again, and for us, with this historic low of food on our shelves due to the breakdown in the supply chain of TFAP foods, which is the Emergency Food Assistance Program from the feds, it's been a real challenge. I guess that's the best thing I can say. It's incredibly challenging to make sure that we have enough food to put out there to help all the people who are in need.
And, I think we talk about these supply chain issues all the time. And, when we go to the grocery store, we're seeing it ourselves. But I think sometimes people forget that that's also happening for you guys in terms of all the families you're trying to serve and where you guys are getting the food from. So I guess with the challenges you're facing between the pandemic and the supply chain issues, you guys are getting ready to launch a new offering to try and combat those challenges. It's the Agriculture Innovation Park. So I guess let's talk about that. Tell me what it is and how it's going to help address these challenges.
Yeah, so here on Hawaii Island, we've had multiple disasters. We had the Kilauea lava flow, we've had the Hurricane Lane, and then of course the pandemic along with wildfires. So we decided, our board and I, that disasters are the new normal, and we needed to do something to actually really change and meet the goal of our mission, which is to end hunger on Hawaii Island. And so we were able to acquire 24.5 acres of land in Hilo proper. And our idea is this Agricultural Innovation Park and Food Systems Campus, where we'll be able to grow food, harvest it, and process it in this innovation center that we're planning, which will have state-of-the-art processing facilities and the point where we'll be able to feed everyone on our island.
And by bringing this park together, how much will that reduce your reliance on the food that you guys are trying to bring in that's being impacted by these food shortages?
Yeah, well, that's our true goal is actually to, right now we're bringing in about 90% of our food from off island, 2,500 miles away, which just isn't sustainable. So our goal is actually to be able to supply 100% of our food right from here. And it's an exciting and daunting goal all at the same time. But I think that given recent circumstances, we really should be able to do it. And we look back to history and realize it wasn't so very long ago that this island did feed itself. And so we can do it again. We've got a lot of support and a lot of interest in doing this, and I'm really hopeful.
And Kristin, when do you guys look at having this done by?
Well, our our very optimistic goal is 2025 to have the agricultural lands up and producing, and then also to have the Agricultural Innovation Center built. It's all dependent, of course, on funding, which we're doing through a number of things like grants and guaranteed loans and individual donors. And we invite anybody and everybody to join with us in this exciting project. We're very anxious to get it up and running. And at some point, we hope that we'll have enough that we can actually help feed the rest of the state too.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Kristin.
Thank you.